Welcome back to another OCR GCSE business video. The next one is the sales process and customer service. So customer engagement is simply the contact between the business and customer. Click and collect, I'm sure you've all done before. Purchasing online and collecting in store. After sales service, what is the level of support and advice that a customer gets after buying a product or service? Product knowledge, what is the level of knowledge of the employees within a business? Do they support us? Do maybe they persuade us to buy more products? How do they help potential customers? E-commerce is buying a physical item online. This can have an impact on business activity as well, because it may create specific departments. For example, online sales, there will be different delivery options for the customers that we might have to deal with, things like click and collect. We might have to train staff, but we'll be able to now sell 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. By doing online, we may then get less physical customers as more people are buying online. Pros and cons for the business of offering e-commerce. You get easy access to the market because you can now sell worldwide. It can reduce your overheads, your fixed costs, because you need less physical stores. There's potential for rapid growth as you sell a lot more. You can widen your market. Like I said a minute ago, you can export to different countries, and you're open 24/7, so that's more appealing to customers. Disadvantages: as soon as you compete on a worldwide level, you compete with all of the worldwide businesses. You may experience more delivery and return costs. You might be more susceptible to being hacked, and you need to make sure you've got decent online security, which comes at a cost. And there's also advances in technology, and you've got to keep on top of that, otherwise you can be left behind. There's also pros and cons for the customer for e-commerce. Good things: you can compare prices really easily. You've got 7-day availability, 24 hours a day, so even if you work during the day, you can still access things by buying online late at night. There'll be more of a range of products to buy online. However, there's that lack of contact, especially things like clothing. You can't try it on until it arrives and things like that. And then you may have problems with returning and transport and things getting lost and stuff like that. The second type of sales that you need to know, or method of selling I should say, is face-to-face selling. This is when we sell directly face-to-face with the buyer and seller. You need to know pros and cons for the business and for the customer of doing face-to-face selling. So for the business, there's potentially going to be less returns, so less cost involved there. There's a chance to upsell. If you've ever gone into a store and bought shoes and they try and sell you things like polish and stuff like that, they're doing that because that's them upselling, trying to sell you other things. It enables us also to offer click and collect if we've got a face-to-face store. Shops are very expensive, they have high fixed costs, and more and more shoppers are now buying online. For customers, it's great to do face-to-face because you can receive advice and support. You get to see and try on the product. Negatives though: some shops don't offer good service in stores, and also you've got travel costs involved if you getting to the store. The third type, or third method of selling, I should say, is telesales. Now, this may sound like television, but it's actually a telephone. So it's to do with buying something over the phone. So for the business, this is good because, again, similar to e-commerce, you don't need as many premises, so you can cut down on your fixed costs. You can potentially target older customers because they're probably more likely to do telesales. Negatives to the business: a smaller business may lack staff. You'll also need to train your staff on how to do telesales. Positives to the customer: older customers quite like it. They feel more comfortable than doing online. They can still gain a bit of advice and support on different items. If you're cold calling, which means you're simply calling up people who haven't asked for the phone call, some customers don't like that, and customers still can't see the product, and therefore that's a disadvantage to the customer. Customer service is all about how do we deal with customer inquiries. So benefits: if it's done well, it builds trust and brand loyalty, keeps repeat customers, so customers keep coming back, and it also builds our brand awareness, so people become more aware of us. If you do poor customer service, then obviously the drawbacks are all the opposite of those points on the left-hand side. So if you're not doing it well, there's less trust, less custom, less brand awareness. And that's the end. Thanks very much.